Came across this post this morning. I'll put it up on the screen here from my Twitter friend, a guy named Sean Sweeney, who's very positive and cool. Recommend giving him a follow. Anyway, so the tweet was actually super interesting. He talked about how he does these expert calls where like people are interested in his space, and he does kind of ground up apartment development in Minneapolis, I think. And people want to have calls with him to get his expertise and advice on it. And arguably, he's one of those people who knows this kind of space incredibly well and can help people who are, earlier or new to it and stuff like that. And he talked about how he feels guilty, like charging people for stuff because he wants to help them. But then something weird seems to happen, which is these people who pay him to do these consulting calls, when he does the call, at the end of it, they're like, oh man, like I paid you $1,000 for this call, but I just got $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 worth of value out of it. And it's a fascinating phenomenon about how the internet has changed and created an entirely new resource for us as business owners. And so let me talk a little bit about that in this video. And so to explain this a bit more, I want to tell you the story of a friend of mine. And I was talking to him about something that had been transformative for his business, which was he got invited to go join just like a peer group of folks who were all running businesses that were in some situations a little bit further ahead than his business, like a little bit bigger, a little bit more mature, and then some that were 8 or 10 times the size of his business. So people that were way past where he is in growing his business. The way that would work is these folks would go to an offsite somewhere, since they were all kind of located across the country. They would go meet in a hotel somewhere and kind of talk about the issues facing their businesses and then help each other kind of in a collaborative peer group kind of way. And he told me going to do that stuff for him, like that day he would spend with these other business owners, was worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to him. A 10 or 20 or even a 50x like return on investment compared to what he was spending to just be part of this group. And so the takeaway from all this and from Sean Sweeney, and look, I've seen this too, because I've done these kind of paid consulting calls where people have met with me for a half hour and I tell them 1 or 2 things that I know that they don't know yet that are worth $10 or $20 or $50,000 for them in terms of ROI for these types of calls. And I've done these calls too, so I've seen it happen in real life, is that the internet has created such an opportunity for us to find these people that know these secrets and know these things that are going to unlock things in our businesses and our lives and all that kind of stuff. And it's like one of the coolest things that is awesome now, but like nobody talks about how awesome it is that a whole world of experts is just like as easy as a Google search away for you. And look, there's platforms out there that are helping people kind of streamline this process of matchmaking with experts and stuff like that. Intro.co is one of them. That's one I've been on. Then there's a bunch of other ones.